Yo, welcome back to the Art of Squabble podcast. It's your boy Lil Durg. I got Reed Starks with me. I got Les with
Yes,
me,
sir.
man. How y'all guys doing today?
We doing good, man.
Mighty
Man,
fine.
it's been a while since we've done a podcast, and so much has happened in the wrestling world.
Oh,
Particularly WWE to be exact. So let's dive into the big news from this past weekend. First and foremost, the Royal Rumble happened, and to me, it was a great Royal Rumble. And I was very satisfied with the two winners, the two people that punched their tickets to WrestleMania. Bailey from the women's side and Cody Rhodes from the men's side. Congratulations to both of those. Oh man,
Sir,
he got the hey, this is hey,
sir.
he coming for the kingdom, man. He coming for the kingdom, man. We love to see it. We
Get,
love to see it. But
get hot, baby.
I guess we could dive into Cody Rhodes first and foremost, man.
let's do it.
Back to back. First time in 26 years. Last person to do it was Stone Cold. Uh
Give me a hell yeah.
Honestly, earlier this year, I thought it was gonna happen. This once CM Punk came back, I really didn't think Cody Rhodes was gonna win. CM Punk was my number one pick. Cody Rhodes was my second because honestly, I just didn't know how they were gonna do it. Because when Cody first lost for me, I was like, damn, he gotta win the Royal Rumble again next year. But he got to come in like number one or two. That's what I thought. But
That's
I
what I
do love the
thought.
decision that they made to let Jimmy and Jay be the one and two. That was amazing. That was that
Yo,
was
That
that's
was
why I was like,
fire.
hey, Cody don't got to be one or two, but Cody still came in fairly early. I can't remember exactly what number he was, but still went through most of the Rumble, proving himself when he's already been proving himself for almost the past year now since losing to Roman Reigns. He's went through all these trials and tribulations, uh, and his path has looked much like John Cena's back during his feud with The Rock, and it seems like we're gonna get these back-to-back WrestleMania main events for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns as well. And ironically enough, I think it's just gonna be the official passing of Roman Reigns passing it to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was very adamant about at the press conference afterwards, like very emotional when he said it too. You could tell that he really fucking cares, bro. That's one of my favorite things about Cody Rhodes is that some people call him a crybaby and things like that, but you can tell this guy really loves this business. He really loves wrestling. Um, so that to me is very important. But you can see that everything that people's been saying about him, the chicken memes, people saying, oh, he doesn't deserve to be the guy, all of these different things that's been going on for the past year is a very clear indication that Cody Rhodes saw that and was motivated by that. And when Cody Rhodes was motivated by that, he did everything in his power to go out there and put on a show, make memorable moments, and then now he wins the Royal Rumble for a second year in a row. And I think he's going after Roman Reigns. We know Seth Rollins may be planting some seeds of him potentially not going after Roman Reigns, but I think it's clear cut. It's nobody else for Cody Rhodes to fight. It's like Seth Rollins isn't even there, in my opinion, personally. So that's my 2 cents on it, man. How you guys feeling about Cody Rhodes and even maybe the potential of him going after Seth Rollins? If that somehow, some way that would be an idiotic choice, but if it happens, how you guys feeling?
Well, let me
what?
talk first because that's Reed's favorite wrestler. So,
Yes, sir.
just like Derek said, I was in agreement that Cody had lost against Roman last year. So I was like, you know what? He's got to figure out his way back. I knew I knew within my heart they weren't gonna let it happen at SummerSlam. It wasn't happening at SummerSlam. Cody throughout the whole last year has been in some questionable programs.
So is
Whether
Brock
it
Lesnar.
was we gonna talk about it, bro. We gonna talk
All right,
about it.
all right.
So whether it was the trilogy that he had with Brock last year, whether it was the endless, endless feud with the Judgment Day, swapping with Jay and Sammy and then just more recently before the CM Punk thing with Shinsei Nakamura. I feel like it's gotta happen. WrestleMania 40, it's gotta be Roman and it's gotta be Cody the second time. And Cody finishes his story. And we're gonna talk about, maybe in a future podcast, where does Cody go from there? But as of right now, he's gotta finish that damn story. And it's just unfortunate how it transpired, everything that's been happening with, Seth's injury and CM Punk's injury, but we're gonna talk about that too. So Reed, I want to hear your 2 cents, bro.
I think y'all are right on the money when it comes Cody versus Roman Part 2. I think the way the way I took it, the way you look at the ways Roman wins, like I feel like the most heartbreaking one's the one for Cody at Mania, just because his family's in the front row, his however old his daughter is, she's in the front row watching him for basically the first time.
And Brody Jr. Brody Jr.
Yeah, and it's just the shot, shout out the camp, whoever the cameraman is at that WrestleMania, the shot where Roman's in the background holding the title up and Cody's in the ring just like this,
with the
you
chicken,
can see it from a distance
with the rubber chicken.
Hey, Paul, almost said Paul. Nah, but it's got it. I agree with Derek in the sentiment that it's not. It's like Seth Rollins ain't even there. Just because, let's be honest. He's 3-0 on him. We've seen that feud 3 times. That was in the last 3 years they fought 3 times. I feel like that's enough already. I feel like when Cody eventually does win the title and finish his story, I think then you could probably do something in Survivor Series if Seth's still champ, like champ versus champ. Seth gets one over on him on some way, somehow. That's fine. Like, I do think making that. I also feel as right now that is the match that's going to carry WrestleMania. Because at first I thought Seth Rollins and CM Punk would be a pretty solid feud going into Mania and be like you have a great night 1 main event and a great night 2 main event. But now it seems evident that night 2 is probably going to be the mainstay. I mean, it already was, but like everyone's going to talk about that more than like what they're going to see in like night 1 or like the middle 2. So I think this is like, to me, this is the Cody Rhodes WrestleMania. Like this is the definitive WrestleMania. Even if he loses, this is still the definitive. I don't see him losing because I don't think WWE would be that dumb to let Roman break Hulk Hogan's record because no one cares about Hulk Hogan anymore. All my homies say Hulk Hogan, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
It is what it is. Ketchup man, weakest, whatever. It is what it is. Send a cease and desist. You can do whatever you want, buddy. If you watch this podcast,
to him,
yeah,
Mr. Hogan, you could send a cease and desist to him, not to Squabble, not to me, not to Lil Derek, but it's still fuck you at the end of the day.
Yeah, look, you just said all that. You got scared. You stand on business. But yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Especially like as him being my favorite wrestler, bro. Seeing from where he came from. I sent that picture in the group chat the other day where he was in front of 60 people in a high school gym, 2016, and now he's main eventing WrestleMania for the 2nd year in a row, 2nd Rumble win. He's the main guy. He sells the most merch at this point in time. He's the face of the company essentially, other than like Roman and Seth and technically Rhea. But yeah, bro, like. We're in for an all-time main event. I see it being a wild main event. And I also think he should hold it for a year if he does win the title. At least a year. And then he can drop it if he wants. That's just me.
I agree with that. I think we are in for an amazing Mania, regardless. But I do think, like we all are agreeing, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. That's the story. That's what everybody wants to see. Let's just be real. We've seen the Cody and Seth 3 times. We don't want to see that again right now. But I do also believe they made the right decision personally to just put that level of intrigue out there, especially with Seth Rollins not having a clear opponent right now, or a guy that I don't think everybody is on one ship right now with who should face Seth Rollins. We'll get to that in a moment, but I think they had to just, prolong it a little bit, because now I'm assuming Cody will be on SmackDown this week. Don't think Roman will be there. Just being honest with you, but I think Cody
Yeah.
will be there on SmackDown. He'll at least interact with Paul Heyman, which is for sure to be a spectacle. I remember so vividly that first interaction for them last year between
I
Paul
remember
Heyman
it.
and Cody
Beautiful.
Rhodes.
Oh
So
my God.
I expect a very powerful moment between the two, not needing Roman there. And I think Paul Heyman will do something the same thing but different than what Seth Rollins did to Cody Rhodes. And that's letting him know that you don't want to go against the greatest of all time. You don't want to fight Roman Reigns again. If you plan on finishing your story, you better go fight Seth Rollins. And of course, you guys know Paul Heyman, because that's what he tells everybody. Like, you don't want to fight Roman Reigns. You don't want this smoke.
You don't want to
But
fight.
nonetheless,
That's why.
you don't want to get
Yo,
jumped. You don't
yo,
want to get jumped. You
yo,
don't get
Cody's
jumped,
gonna,
you go weird.
yo, Cody's
gonna
gonna walk in it. Cody's gonna walk into SmackDown. So, what do you want to talk? And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Bro, go show up to Mania against Roman and Zilla and freaking
Jacob.
Man,
They're gonna be-
we know it's gonna be some shenanigans. We know it's gonna be some shenanigans, but
Fucking
I do
Tamina
think,
Snuka, Nia Jax.
man, oh my God, now they got Naomi. Don't forget Naomi. Brandy versus Naomi, WrestleMania weekend. That's the main event night one. Brandy versus Naomi. But no, seriously though. Seriously, they it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this story is told. But like I said, I think Cody will be there on SmackDown. We'll plant those seeds of him maybe even doubting himself a little bit with going after Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? I think they could play that. Like, I know the odds are going to be stacked against me in that match. I know I'm going to have to deal with Solo. I know I'm going to have to deal with Jimmy. I might have to deal with Zilla and everybody else too. I might have to deal with his dad for all I know. The Wild Samoans might come out and try to do something, So it's like he knows. He knows that it's gonna be
The Rock coming.
I think that'll be the perfect story. Is that just knowing Cody Rhodes, looking at Seth and realizing like, hey, this is a match that would be great to happen too. But also looking at Seth and realizing I'll probably have a better chance of beating Seth. It's gonna be a fair matchup. I gotta probably worry about Damian Priest, which I gotta worry about him in the Roman match as well, because he can go after any belt, even though he hasn't tried to go after Roman yet. Of course,
he's not going to.
He hasn't even attempted to. I don't like that aspect of it. I think that he should have attempted to at the Royal Rumble, but he also shouldn't have been in the Royal Rumble. That's a whole nother story. But
kayfabe, he's the dumbest character.
He's the worst.
He's the
Seth
dumbest
Rollins,
Money in the Bank holder ever.
Seth Rollins with his broken fucking body walks out. He fucking limps. Yeah, I'm injured. But I will be at WrestleMania. Bro, I was expecting, bro, the meme, the Judgment Day meme, bro. Seth Rollins looks cash in. That was the perfect fucking time.
It was. But obviously they still wanted the Seth and CM Punk matchup.
Yeah.
So let's get into that. The first half of that, at least, which is CM Punk. Apparently tearing his tricep. Very, very unfortunate, man. Like we said, obviously the plan probably was for Seth and CM Punk to main event night one, man. But we got a conspiracy theory from my boy Les over here, who thinks that this is a work and CM Punk may not actually be as injured as we're being told. My only argument to that is it's a work. It's a work. My guy thinks it's a work. And would they be working the hell out of us if this is a work somehow?
Hey, pause.
Huh?
This is what I'm saying. He pauses everything, bro. He pauses everything. Yo, so Derek, you peeping this now.
We could be fighting. We could be fighting and you working me. You giving me the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on,
Nah,
man. You ain't even gotta pause that, man. You could be getting that work another way. You could be getting that work another way. Another day now, Reed. Now, hey yo.
Yo, Bree got the nerve to sit there. Oh my god. Pause.
goofy ass hat off, boy. No, I'm messing with
But
you.
yeah, they'd be. This would be a hell of a job by them if they are working us.
Yeah.
Would it be the first time?
I think that he is injured, and I think that they did the Drew McIntyre thing, much like they did the Seth Rollins with Cody Rhodes thing, to make it make sense why again he's gonna be gone for potentially 4 to 6 months. But me personally, I'm looking at it and like, hey, if it's 4 to 6 months, you think you could do it in 2 and be there for WrestleMania? Because you got 2 months.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I said WWE's working us because one, it wouldn't be the first time that Triple H has done something like this. We know Triple H likes to feed the dirt sheet wrong. We know this, but the thing that I had to say was CM Punk. If you wanna, come back in 2 months, we know you won't be 100%. But I also know that we're not getting any younger over here. You know what I mean? So you say next year, but as we saw in the AEW run, you won that first world title, you broke your foot. I believe, yeah, you broke your foot. Then the second world title is when you tore your triceps. We know we're not getting younger over here. Shit's got to be done, kind of soon. But I understand too, from the aspect like, let him heal, let him recover. He'll be back. Summer of Punk. Let's do something for SummerSlam. You got CM Punk and Drew written for SummerSlam already when he comes back. But then to run it back next year with what are we gonna have the same situation like we did with Cody, where you get in pointless feuds until now it's time for Seth Rollins to hold the title for two fucking years just so he could face you at WrestleMania and you get your Mania main event? Do you win the Royal Rumble for 2025? Like, what's the story there?
I can tell you.
Wait. I don't care what you got to say. Let me talk, man.
Whoa.
Wait. Before you say something, I just got to give props to WWE, though, because it's for situations like this is why the storytelling is fucking immaculate. Because even before these injuries, WWE has been planting the seeds for somebody like a Gunther. Like the way that Gunther came on Raw a couple weeks ago, and he talked to Seth, and he was like, maybe I'd come for the title. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like if they go that route, they already planted that seed. It won't be a thing like, oh, WWE always says, or WWE fans always say, oh, why does AEW do this? Why do they just put meaningless title feuds and all this shit? Like, this is a story that's been planted. So if they want to go that route, in the case that Seth Rollins or CM Punk is injured, you have the story written. So yeah. So Mr. Reed,
Seth don't want to see Gunther, bro. Let's be honest. Gunther, bro. The match you want to see is Gunther versus Roman at some point. Have to have that. But I think Punk. I think for his future, he definitely even if it is a work, and come back at Mania. But even if he comes back at Mania, it won't be against Seth because he already has beef with Drew. Mm-hmm. So I think Drew would have to be first. I think he wins 2025 Royal Rumble, most likely, unless somebody like an LA Knight explodes into popularity.
Hey, wait. I don't mean to cut you off, but I did see something, bro. Somebody said, well, it kind of doesn't make sense now that I'm thinking about it. They said, what if Cody gets traded to SmackDown and in turn LA Knight gets traded to Raw, so LA Knight could go for the title?
It could make sense. They got 60-something days to build it.
Okay.
It ain't no reason to make a trade right now. It's no reason to.
But that's what I'm. That's
Because
what I'm
you
saying.
can just have the elimination chamber be 3 people from Raw, 3 people from SmackDown, and the winner
Mm,
gets to go for whoever. You know what I'm saying? The I don't think the elimination chamber has to be a branded event. So if LA Knight is the guy, and honestly, I hadn't thought about LA Knight. I'm just being honest with you because I was all on the LA Knight with the going to after Logan Paul. So
yeah.
I guess we kind of dove from the CM Punk, and this is the next thing that I want us to discuss, anyways, and that is who should be the guy to face Seth Rollins, because we are all in agreement. No way, no how is Seth Rollins going to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. It's just not the match.
Okay. Well, you
If
guys
Um,
did.
so who?
Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes fights him at Mania, that means The Rock signed on for WrestleMania.
That's the only way.
Which
So
is what I told y'all. Y'all was like, nah. I was like,
The
it's a
Rock signed
possibility.
on. You think The Rock just signed on because CM Punk got hurt? That's what I'm asking though.
No. I'm saying it's a possibility just because
That's
it's just how
I'm
it's
just
just
asking
how.
that because I just don't think that I think that they planted the seed simply because they want to prolong Cody's decision. They want to create this
No, of course.
intuitive
Yeah.
story. I don't think got shit to do with The Rock. That's what I'm
No,
saying. You
but
know what I'm saying? And
I
I'm
Yeah.
not
wanted to
even trying
play.
to speak it into existence. You feel me?
No.
We're not even trying to
I was
speak that into existence.
definitely not. No, I wanted to play devil's advocate because like
I
like
feel
I
you.
said in
Okay.
the group chat, because like CM Punk, we never thought CM Punk would come back to WWE. Never.
Never.
Not a day in my fucking life I
Mm.
thought he was coming back. I was chanting for him, but that's a different story. So um so if The Rock wants to sign on last minute because all this shit's happening with all these injuries, I know that's something that could be done. That's something that most likely will happen in the case of we don't have a fucking main event for night one. We need something to sell that's bigger, like that. We need something that's the biggest thing in wrestling, and that would be like The Rock versus Roman. But I'm in full agreement that it should happen at a later date. It should happen next year with the Netflix deal. I mean, The Rock is a Hollywood man, and I feel like that would translate well. But in terms of who Seth if who is going who is Seth facing at WrestleMania 40, I know y'all was saying it should be Sammy, it should be Drew, triple threat. I say we throw in a name maybe like LA Knight. But are we gonna really have LA Knight lose another fatal four way like he did at Royal Rumble?
That match was dookie, by the way.
Why you? I'm saying like I only said that because it doesn't fully make sense to do Sammy versus Seth. I mean, it's face versus face, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you main event a WrestleMania night 1 or night 2 with a face versus face matchup. Personally, that's why I
But
think you
that's
got to
why I
put
said
Drew in there as well. But then
but
if LA
I
Knight is in there, it could be a triple threat. But who said LA Knight got to lose? Seth Rollins is not winning at WrestleMania.
oh no, he
You
better
know
not.
what I'm saying?
No,
He's
No,
not
wait.
winning.
Wait. Okay, so that brings me to like my next point. One, I think I'm in full agreement that if it's not gonna be CM Punk versus Seth at Mania, we gotta let the ladies main event night one.
Bailey and Io.
We need either Bailey and Io or
Rhea.
Rhea and Becky if they go that route.
You could even do Bianca versus Jade for no title if you wanted to.
We could do that too. That would be perfect. But I feel like we should let that cook. I feel like we should let them cook before
They
we,
should,
we throw them at Mania.
they should be on night 2. They should be like the second match on night 2.
I
Or
say a tag team match, to be honest.
for the tag titles against the Kabuki.
No, I feel like we should just get a tag team match. Because I really like that idea that you was bringing up in the group chat. Like, let's have them. It's either vice versa. They could either be tag team, and then they're like, all right, we're feuding, or they're feuding, and then they turn into a tag team. I really love that idea.
And it's also funny because I feel like Seth only did that to Cody because he knows that his main event spot is not like kayfabe wise.
It's compromised. It's
It's
compromised.
to where like the actual other Rumble winner could be the main event.
It's
They should.
Seth Rollins
They
is so
should be. Just being
Seth
honest.
I
Seth
agree.
is Seth is so desperate for his main event spot that he's going to the same guy that three-pieced him. He's up 3 on you, and you're gonna go to that man and say that you want to fight him for your title?
But here's my thing. I think we just lined up 3 guys, and there's more that, realistically speaking, could main event, even in a one-on-one capacity, could main event against Seth Rollins. So I think there are options. There's also those free agents that Triple H could say, fuck it, I got to throw the bag at. You know what I'm saying? Because with The Rock, it's not a money thing. It's not a money thing with The Rock as compared to some other people. The Rock is all about the schedule. So I don't even think Triple H is tripping off of like, oh, let's get The Rock to face Roman and let's have Cody face Seth. I don't think that is even Triple H's thought process as the head of creative. I think if anything, he'd be looking at an Okada to like, hey, I need to throw the bag at him and get him to fight Seth at WrestleMania. If we want Seth to main event WrestleMania, but Seth doesn't have to. The Royal Rumble was supposed to be for the main event of WrestleMania. They couldn't do it at first because there were 2 Royal Rumble winners. So, of course, both of them cannot main event WrestleMania. Now we have 2 nights. The women should have main evented WrestleMania last year with Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. But
good for the
they made it was not the wrong decision to allow Sami Zayn and KO both deserve that moment. The Usos both deserve that moment. All of those guys deserve that moment, no doubt about it. Rhea will have other opportunities to main event WrestleMania, no doubt about it. But I'm not opposed to ending that night off with Sami Zayn really getting his moment. I'm very fucking okay with that. I'm very okay with LA Knight getting his moment. I'm very okay with Drew McIntyre getting his moment. Hell, I'm okay with Shinsuke Nakamura getting his moment.
No
to who? No to which one?
He said no to Drew and Shinsuke.
I love both of them guys,
man.
but Drew is
man.
Annoying. He's the most annoying gimmick right now.
This is what?
He's the biggest hater alive. He's supposed to be annoying.
This is one
He's
of
a
Drew's
fucking hater.
best work.
He's supposed to be annoying.
This is Drew at his best.
That's what I'm saying. This is what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a hater. He's a literal hater, bro. Like, did you see the picture he posted? You saw the picture he posted today with the graveyard? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. With dreams. Yeah, he a hater.
Drew,
that's what he's supposed to be.
Best Drew was when he won the Rumble. That whole stretch of the year, that was the best Drew.
Okay, but we talking about
they had his chance multiple times.
I'm talking about heel work.
Do not translate, bro.
I'm not talking about
matches.
Me personally, I'm not talking about when he was carrying the pandemic era. I'm talking about let's take all of Drew's heel runs. This is his best heel work. Everything that he had told.
What are you talking about? He was a heel for like 3 months in 2019 with Dolph Ziggler or something like that.
Broken Dreams, Drew. His whole beginning of his career.
The whole beginning of his career was him. If we're being honest.
What are you
then he
talking
was a
about?
psychopath, like for hellas. He was a heel damn near majority of his time, and then he became a face. And then when he became a face is when he won the Royal Rumble.
ICW.
He was a heel when he first came back to WWE.
I'm talking about WWE, not IC. I
am too, but like when he first came to WWE, he was a heel
when he was Broken Dreams,
and it wasn't a better run than this. Broken Dreams could have been better, but he wasn't as focused as he is
and
now.
He didn't have it. He didn't have it back then. He didn't have it.
He was the.
He had it. He just didn't realize. He didn't touch that potential. You know what I'm saying? It was the potential of the.
That's why. Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't have it the way that he does now. Like the way that we look at Drew McIntyre now is not the same way we looked at Drew McIntyre in 2010.
The thing is, I don't want to see Drew just win. I feel like Drew winning as a heel kind of contradicts the whole thing that happened with the pandemic and him winning the Rumble.
No, I feel like I wouldn't be opposed to Drew McIntyre winning.
Wrestling is full of contradictions, bro. Stone Cold fucking sided with Vince McMahon at one point, bro. Like That's the biggest contradiction in wrestling fucking
Everybody did.
history. You know what I'm saying? Like literally everybody, Triple H beefed with him. His son beefed with him. Like wrestling is
Rock,
full of like it's character
Rock,
development.
Undertaker.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, his character development makes sense. That's why this is his best character work, in my opinion, as well. If
No,
that
it
character
does make the most
development,
sense.
you've been
Yo.
shitted on. That you keep getting looked beside. You've lost every single title match that you've had since you lost the title.
That's
And it's always because of somebody else.
How's it his fault? How's it his fault that Solo came?
He lost. I'm not talking about that one. That one was not his.
Nah. Let's talk about it. That's what we're talking. That's why his character's the way it is.
His last few times
he's been screwed. He's been looked aside. They don't want to give him a new contract. Like,
okay,
come
all
on now.
Reed. Let me explain it.
Right. I'm explaining.
His whole character right now, right? Let's take the Solo. Let's take the Roman match. Because Solo interfered, because all these other factors, Drew lost that clash. Are we all in agreement that he lost that clash because of Solo, because of Roman, because of the bloodline? Yeah. That's where this character spawns from. So now we have something like that Seth match. When he was facing Seth, the reason why he lost is because he got a little bit egotistical. Because he was trying to prove, he was trying to do this, he was trying to do that. So he's realizing within himself that I became this person and I've fucked up now. I fucked up. I lost this match because of my own doing. That's why he's being diabolical right now. That's why it makes sense. And that's why Drew McIntyre is a great heel. This is his best heel work that he's ever had.
I'll give you this. That was a perfect explanation. But at the same time, he has lost to Seth, 2-3 times clean with the same mindset? Wouldn't you not want to switch it, you goofy? Would you not want to switch it instead of just being the same person? Like, bro, you have lost to a broken Seth Rollins, an injured Seth Rollins.
That's the only reason that I feel you on him and Shinsuke. They both lost. But
okay, Shinsuke.
I'm not opposed to them being in that match, especially because to me, you can't do the Sammy versus him one-on-one. Now, I honestly got the perfect WrestleMania moment, regardless of what happens, right? Regardless of what happens, this is what should happen. Sammy should be in the match, but the hard part is, what the fuck is the Elimination Chamber going to be for if it's going to be more than one person?
I say the mid-card title, bro. I say let's get it. I say Intercontinental title.
Whoever wins faces Gunther.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Nobody wants to go off the
because I think that you should have like a triple threat or a fatal four-way for Seth Rollins match at this point, because I think Sami Zayn should be the winner or LA Knight, and they're both faces. But
LA Knight
also would accept AJ Styles. That's what I'm saying. The Elimination Chamber should be somehow, some way, it should have Raw people in it and people from SmackDown as well. That's what I'm saying. But I know it's
fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard sell. But regardless, Sami Zayn wins at WrestleMania. He's having his moment. The confetti's coming down.
Yeah, this moment last year.
And the meme appears.
You Damian Priest, yo. Okay, cool.
Sami Zayn. He'll be the most hated man in wrestling at that point in time. That is what should happen at WrestleMania, in my opinion. Right now, at least. Now, if we can get an Okada, if we can figure out, I'm not opposed to AJ Styles being the guy to face Seth Rollins as well.
You know what could? What could happen if Damian Priest tries to cash in? Fucking Okada jumping out of the fucking crowd, giving him a rainmaker.
Oh my god!
I'd pop so hard.
At that point, he's not cashing it in. That's how I'm feeling now. If he doesn't cash it in on like Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and I think it should be Sami Zayn just because it's going to create that type of hate for him, that heat. Like everybody loves Sami Zayn. Besides that dweeb that Les was talking to on Twitter earlier today, but everybody loves Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
if he could cash in on Sami Zayn, that's way better than cashing in on Seth Rollins. Just being 100, especially an injured Seth Rollins at this point. Cashing in on Sammy, giving him that, because that's the thing with Sammy. Yeah, he had the moment last year. We can say Cody had his moment last year. He had his chance. He didn't have his moment, but he still had that chance. So I'm not opposed to, and again, this doesn't have to be the main event. That's my whole thing. It doesn't have to be the main event.
It don't.
I think the women
I,
should main event, but I still
I
think
still think,
we should
yeah,
have that moment. We should have. I think that'd be a dope ass moment, and it's one of the things that just makes sense to now. If CM Punk's not gonna be there, and we're not gonna get a CM Punk reign, let Damian Priest cash that damn thing in at WrestleMania,
does
because
he
I don't
win
see
though?
him cashing it in. Yeah, damn right.
What's the
I
timing
don't
on
think
the
you have him hold it this long. He got to
what's
July to the next Money in the Bank.
the tank?
So
You
he gonna
think
have
Yeah,
time
next Money in the
you
afterwards.
Bank.
think you
Maybe even Raw after. Maybe even the Raw after Mania.
you think he can
Gives
cash in at Money in the Bank when they're doing another Money in the Bank, or is that already over?
No, but no.
I don't know
It's
if it's
when
when
that.
it
I
starts
think
or
it's
when it
when that.
ends. I think it's when it starts though.
Uh,
I thought it was when the match starts, like the next Money in the Bank match starts. It could be
So
the
that
day of.
means
I
that
don't know.
somebody would have to have a match before the men's rumble,
Yeah,
before
that's
the
the thing.
men's
I,
Money in the Bank.
I'm
But then here's the thing with that: the suspense is gone. He has to do it at that point. He has to.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the
There's no suspense. I think,
Mania makes
like I said, without CM Punk there, whoever he faces, like we said, we just named a couple guys. I feel like we forgetting some people. I feel like we forgetting some people that could possibly step
personally
into that spot.
a personal favorite that should be in like either Elimination Chamber or in that WrestleMania match is a Chad Gable. Just
yeah.
because he would cook. Just because he would cook.
Wait, but
But
I see.
I agree.
What I would do if I was WWE, I would have the Intercontinental title for the Elimination Chamber. But let's put people like Chad Gable. Let's put
we're forgetting,
Mello.
we're forgetting somebody. I just thought
Oh wait,
about
but
it.
now Mello's on SmackDown though. See, damn, bro.
I just remembered who we're forgetting. Who
Oh,
could mess up the whole IC and World Heavyweight if you want.
Sheamus.
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
knew it.
forgot that.
honestly,
Either
I'm
golf.
cool with him beating Gunther finally. I'm cool with
Yeah,
that because he
yeah.
Yeah.
becomes a
I, w-
Grand Slam champion. He deserves it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I hope so. That'd be fire. I mean, if they're not gonna call up Ilya, I guess so. But I
Yeah,
definitely
I
need to
mean,
see Sheamus hit that.
because I don't think Ilya gets called up until the next draft at this point. NXT is kind of
Yeah,
losing a lot of guys. It's Carmelo and
big
Brian
time.
Breaker are 1 foot in, 1 foot out right now. They can't afford to lose Ilya as well.
No,
Just
but
being honest.
I feel
Drag
like after this little storyline with Trick, um, after all this, I feel like Melo's gonna be full time on main roster. Braun Breaker, that bro, but the thing is, bro, that tag team is actually kind of fire though. With
Him
him
and
and Corbin,
yeah.
Yeah. So, but Braun Breaker is gonna be full time, and then after that, bro, like NXT got to start. I mean, they have Trick, but they're gonna have to start bringing in some more heavy hitters. Put people in some more
Yeah, because
spots, fill those spots.
it's time to call up a lot of guys. I ain't gonna lie. So they,
Yeah.
like we said, they
Who
definitely gotta.
they
It's time
called
for
up
that next
Tyler Bate
generation.
finally.
Yep,
They
yep,
called they
yep.
called up Tyler Bate. He's been there for fucking 20 years. They called up Braun. They called up Mello, and Braun and Mello are like the top two stars, I would say. Other than
So like,
like
if we only looking at Raw guys, it's pretty much Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Gunther. Gunther can
yeah,
still somehow decide. I think Gunther should lose the title, but I don't want Gunther to lose the title before he faces Seth. That's my ultimate problem with it.
yeah,
And if Gunther can't be at the Elimination Chamber, how does he get to Seth in the first place? It just doesn't really line up for many other people. And I know we've seen the Drew. I know we've seen the Shinsuke. We could pluck LA Knight from SmackDown, maybe even AJ Styles from SmackDown. I'm cool with AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins at
I'm cool.
WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, I love that, and I
AJ
love for
Styles,
AJ Styles. I love for AJ Styles to win because personally, for me, AJ Styles was my pick for the tournament. I
mm,
love Seth. He deserved it for sure. Seth
yeah,
deserved it probably a little more than AJ. Just being honest, he's been there longer. But and those are two of the best, two of my favorites of all time, two of the best ever to do it.
yeah,
So either one of those, I was cool with them. Besides them, it was Edge in that tournament. I thought one of those three would win. AJ was the
yeah,
one that I wanted to win, but Seth won, and they could honestly run that match back at WrestleMania because that was the match for the championship at
that would
Was that a crown jewel, or what was that shit called in the summer that they did in Saudi Arabia? It wasn't
Night of
crown jewel, but it was.
Champions.
Oh, it was Night of Champions. They actually did Night of
Yeah.
Champions there. Yeah. So,
I-
you know,
That was AJ would get that match. I think that's gonna be his best WrestleMania match ever because all his Mania matches have fell flat besides the Shane McMahon one.
so yeah, I think that would be
That would hit.
a
That would be his-
great way to AJ's another option. They've got options for this Seth Rollins match. Not many options, but it's options. And I think it's clear that, like we both said, Seth is gonna have to face one of these guys. I don't see how we get the Gunther match, but everybody else, I think it's a realistic way for them to get there right now, besides Gunther, unfortunately.
Yo,
But
yo,
go ahead, because we about to talk about something serious, so get it out the way, man.
yo, there was debating on Twitter, bro. Somebody said John Cena should face Seth Rollins.
16 times.
Hey,
16
I wouldn't be
times.
opposed to it, but damn, bro. When's the last time they wrestled together? 7 years ago?
Close to it, shit, probably.
Like 2015. Was it like Architect time? When did Seth break Cena's nose? That was like Architect, right? Like maybe like 2015?
Or something like probably 2015-ish.
That's
Probably
damn
that
near
last
8
time
years,
facing off
bro.
with
I
each
mean,
other.
hey, if they want to go that route, I mean that's a main event right there, in my opinion. But
That'd be cool, I guess.
it's
That'd be an out of left field one that I wouldn't be upset at. But again, it's face versus face. This ain't Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Like,
and
that
then
shit
but
ain't
then
happening.
I don't want to see Seth Rollins go into the new WWE season as champion, and I know they're not gonna put the title on Cena. So what the fuck would they do?
Yeah,
Like,
until Cena is ready to, because when he wins the title, he only got to be there for like a month or two. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he can commit for a 2 to 3 month period, I'm cool with John Cena getting that 16th title. I was very, very
see,
opposed to it years ago, but I'm fine
what
with it
if?
now.
See, I would have been cool with this, right? Real quick. Let's say Cena and Seth, they face each other at Mania. Cena wins. All Cena got to do, I mean, we hate it, but you got to do it. It's just be a little part-timer till SummerSlam. Have LA Knight, who they already planted the seeds with the tag team. They already planted the seed that LA Knight and Cena was butting heads in the beginning. Have a match at SummerSlam. Catapult LA Knight. Cena's back off to Hollywood. That's just like the only way I feel like that would work. Other than that, it's stupid as hell.
Yeah. I just don't see it happen. I just don't see that one happening.
No.
But again, it's some other left field options out there. You know what I'm saying? Or Braun Breaker, that's out of left field option that we could possibly see somehow. I mean, it'd be a great moment. It'd be a clear crowning moment for Braun Breaker to like come in and take
and just
that spot.
It's kind of like when Brock had debuted.
Yeah,
like almost immediately they threw that fucking undisputed title on Brock.
Yeah.
So
it's many options. Many options. A lot of unrealistic, like the Braun Breakers, the John Cenas, those are unrealistic. The Okadas, that's kind of unrealistic right now, at least it seems. But then we got the realistic options like Drew, Sammy, LA Knight possibly coming over, AJ Styles, SmackDown guys, maybe even Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? We talking about SmackDown guys. But nonetheless,
I know who's being Gunther, by the way.
We'll say that for later.
I was about to say. I know who's beating him now, bro.
Andrade?
You said Grayson Waller? Grayson Waller? Austin Theory?
It'll be Pete.
Who?
Pete
Dunne?
Yes.
No, they won't do it.
They will.
They won't do it.
I'll bet you $5 right now.
How do he get there? How does he get there though?
They have history, bro. You don't remember Gunther?
I'm saying, how does he get there? He's on SmackDown.
No, this is main roster. This is different.
He's on SmackDown. That's what I'm saying. How do we get there? That's my question.
Knows Pete Dunne and Gunther have history. If you watch wrestling.
No, but I'm
So
saying
you saying like he'll do that like
WWE.
after WrestleMania once they like on
He
the
could.
same roster?
He could,
Because
yes.
that's what I'm saying. Like it ain't happening at WrestleMania because there's no way for it to happen right now.
I'm not saying that Mania, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wouldn't be
Okay.
opposed to it. He's another guy that I would accept besides Dragon off again. Like you said, they have history. They put on bangers together before. We know it's gonna be a good ass match. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We
Yes,
got a little
sir.
carried away about Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and everything with that because there's so many layers to these stories and to the possibilities. But this is it for part one of the Art of Squabble podcast for today, man. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you guys think about Cody Rhodes winning Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins' possible opponents at WrestleMania. When we come back with part two, we're going to talk about Bayley winning the Royal Rumble and a lot more that we got to dive into from the last week in professional wrestling, man. Once again, it's your boy Lil Derek. I got Reed with me. I got Les with me. It's the Art of Squabble podcast. Peace.